Farmer George's Farming Simulators.co.uk. So we're just going to take a look at the fields. They've grown, so now we need to stop the time. I actually wanted to stop it while there was yellow, but you know, they were. And we're going to jump into the harvester. And set that one going. Did we spray this? We didn't spray them, did we? I haven't sprayed the fields. I wasted my time doing all that, and I should have been spraying the fields actually. So let me just spray the fields. Messed up, mistake. I should have done this earlier. Right. Mistake number 2. I've left this harvester in the way just for now. So if you in your game are playing this, what you need to do is, whilst instead of messing about with driving grass cutters around like I've just been doing, what I should have done, it's easy to look back in retrospect in it and say, oh, I forgot something, is what I should have done is picked up this spray now. I like to go around from the other corner, but it'll work just as well from this corner, so I will actually do it from this corner because we've started the, I showed you how to make the that vehicle's service route to service the harvester, and also the harvester starts at this corner. So just to give you a general thing, I actually want them to stop now while I'm just doing this because they're doing my head in. That's why I did turn them off right at the beginning of the map. So no missions, please. And that's how you use that. You turn it on and off as you wish. So set about the centre of the tractor, just usually in front of the rear wheels of the tractor, across the line, just to get a nice tight view on your field. Sometimes, especially if there's trees in the way at the edge like this, it's a good idea to do that. You could even start it another foot or two over to the left, but I'm just going to risk it with this. I'm going to say start course recording, and all we do is we're making a plot course to begin with. We are, if we can get this to record. Oh, we want to set that as well. Sorry, we've got another course loaded in here, so we need to reset the course first. There's my mistake. So start course recording, and that'll put this blue arrow on to start the course. We're going to drive down with the cruise control number 3, often referred to as tempomat number 3, and we're going to treat these two fields as if they were one. You could do them singles, but there's no point since they're both in line. And then we're going to slow down, making sure that we don't overshoot the edge of the field. It doesn't really matter, you can actually overshoot the edge of the field. Put the back of the wheels on the line and set a waiting point. Make sure you only get one waiting point in there, else it'll mess it up a little bit. We're going to turn hard and tight and then get back on the line as soon as possible. It doesn't matter really, because you just need to be at this corner. You're just plotting the field. So again, we've put the back wheels just on here, and we're going to set another waiting point. So it's popped it right at that corner. You don't really want to overshoot it because then it'll collect that tree whilst it's driving. And now we're going to drive forwards again. Whenever I'm driving my tractor straight, I just go use the cruise controls, which saves having to press on the W key all the time. If you're particularly heavy-handed, you'll break your W key eventually over time. Wear your keyboard out. So it's always best just to have a key that you can tap. When you get to the end, stop, and this is opposite the line which you started. Set course stop. Okay, we'll make sure that it's got a stop sign on it. Now what I like to do is, you could save the course just there. This is a plot course, it's in 2 parts. Or you could drive round to here and do this, which is what I prefer to do, but I already know this width of this sprayer is 18 meters, but I'm going to show you how I do it normally. First off, we're going to save this course and we're going to call it, it's nice to see these plot courses all together, so plot F15 in order F16, although it's F16 then F15 in that order. So that's saved. It's going to rain as well, so we might not get this sprayed in time if I'm not quick enough. Next thing we need to do is this is the way that you'd do it if you didn't know the width of the spray unit. Drive somewhere to the middle of the field, just set temper at 1, and then spray a bit of the field for a short time. Just turn it on and then turn it off again, and now back up without turning, because you need to be in the middle of what you've just sprayed. And then you switch your making sure that you've got your fertilizer and seeding on. Go to your course width, which is on this button here. Working width is set to 3 meters, and as you press this button it will change the working width. You need this width in order to be able to determine how many rows fits into the plotted area. So if we set it smaller, it'll do many more rows. So I've gone to 20. It's actually 18. You could have it 18 and a half, but it's awkward to see it sometimes. It would have been better to see it from this way, but every time you touch it, we're not going to be able to see it because the thing's in the way. So do you see? 18 will cut it. That's what it is. Right, so now we'll just go back to the start of the course, and if you imagine that 18 meters is going to stick about 9 meters either side of this tractor, I like to park it where it's going to be. So that's going to be about where it's going to start, perhaps a little bit closer to the edge, but it'll do there. And then we go starting corner. So you need your map just to check. Press 9 after you've pressed I to get your map, and we're starting in the north east corner. So southwest, northwest, northeast, and our starting direction is we're facing west. So we're not going to return to the first point. We're not bothered. It can stop where it stops. And headland is deactivated. I won't go into that rear yet, but that's where you're using more tractors to do the same thing. It's not big enough to even argue with it. I'll show you. And then what you do is you click generate course. If I make sure first off that I have what I should have done when I was recording out of the course, show all waypoints, and I'll turn off those, never turn on the lights, because they do affect your frame rate and stuff. Right, so at 18 meters I'm in the northeast corner, I'm facing west, and if I click generate course, watch the field as I click it. Right, can you see? Let me just drive in and show you. You might not be able to see because it's not very bright day. There's all these eggs are running along here. Look, and there's another row of eggs. Hey, over she goes. Another row of eggs coming back. Another row of eggs going that way, and then there's two real close together, so that tells me that there's going to be a lot of overlap there. I could have redesigned that course a little bit better. You could discard that course, reload the plotted course, but I want to get this done before it rains, or started at least, so I'm going to go with that course, and I'm going to call it F15 F16, although F16 sprayed first argumentatively. Let's not be argumentative about it. Okay, spray, and because it's not gone as exactly as planned, I'll call this spray A, because I'll make a spray B course, and then I'll delete the spray A course if the B course turns out to be better. So now that's saved, I'll add it to the save game because I don't want to waste all of that, and then we'll just say drive. So we go back to the point 1. We've got a full header tank. Now that's driving just right, look, it's set its spray point and it's going to spray that field. In fact, it's going to spray both the fields all in one go. Now I've got that actually sprayed, I should wait till it's all completely done, but because it looks as though it's going to chuck it down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the harvester and get that going. I'm not going to argue about a little bit of percentage loss. This bit is sprayed, yes, but I think the amount of yield you get from the field, I'm not sure of how the mathematics work, but the percentage that it's harvesting now at this time is only down to, say, like 1/3 of the field is, if only 1/4 of the field is sprayed, it's only adding a quarter onto the value, when 50% is sprayed. I imagine that it's giving us 50% of the value. See, look, by the end of that field, the harvester is nearly full, 93%. But if we'd have done that without spraying the field, it'd have gone up and down this line twice, just about. So now we need to bring this vehicle into the mix, and he's already got set up for this thing, but I'm not gonna waste any time with that just for now. I'll just put it under there. Oops. And then another job is to sort out the other yellow tractor onto another small tipper like this, because at the rate these are going to the storage point, if you just want to send them directly to the inn, which is the best price, you want to get really 1 or 2 wagon loads ahead first. I mean, there's not enough field here of these 2 fields in order to keep these 2 look, it's at 27%. I bet you it goes to about 50 something percent by the end of here, because this will be another 93% full on the harvester. And you could do with 2 vehicles servicing this harvester, yeah, 43%, so not bad. And now the stupid thing has returned to the beginning, even though I told it not to return to the beginning. Okay, at least it's turned off, and it's only used 25%. Now if I'd have spread that by hand, it'd have used more than 25%. Now because it's only used 25%, and these are only these 2 fields that I've got for now, I won't bother refilling it. And there's another field over and by the inn which I could also I could also purchase. So what I'll do is I will set the yellow tractor to go over there, so that I can jump over there and purchase it. I can actually purchase it in the Bank of Hagenstedt as well by pressing the end key. I'll show you in a second when we get this bit emptied. Now, if you didn't know, you've got 4 cruise controls. You've got cruise control 1, 2, 3, and number 4 is supposed to match that of your harvester. There, it's on cruise control 4 now, so I aren't driving it. And it matches your harvester. Okay? So people didn't know that. There's a lot of people saying, I didn't know that. Yeah, cruise control 4. But you can also set it, because you have usually an ES limiter, although I've gone overshot, you have to stop it. Now this wagon is 84% full. I don't think he might take another fill. make sure I've got F15 to F16 crop to silo on, and he will actually do these two fields regardless of the fact that these two trees might be in the way occasionally. The only thing is, when you switch from, say, cruise control 2 to cruise control 4, watch what happens as I go 4 now. He stops briefly, so that means that you could lose, you know, you should lose a bit of your crop on the floor, but, you know, it's not actually doing that, so I'll speed up. Why isn't it still spitting out crop just there? Should be. Oh, because I'm full. Ah, that's right. Okay. So, we will go drive course, drive now. You've just been watching Farmer George's Farming Simulators from farmingsimulators.co.uk. Please remember to subscribe, like and share this video, and visit farmingsimulators.co.uk.